That transition was solid. If you can hear the music, I still don't know if you guys can hear the music. You should be able to. I think that was a solid transition into the countdown into this. Vigilante Williamson here on the 72nd episode of my show, the Vigilante Williamson Show. It is October 29th, Friday. October 29th, a casual Friday. I'm starting a new thing because yesterday was rough, man. Stories. This week has been rough. Every week is rough, man. That was not a good fade out. That fade out left a lot to be desired. But yeah, every week is rough, man, in this modern era. And I'm like, because last week I just didn't even do a Friday show. So my thought is, let's do a more casual show, also reference to a VW Casual, which was the fill-in show for the Vigilante Williamson Show while I was on break all summer. And I think we would be at 100 episodes if all of those Vigilante, those VW Casuals were Vigilante Williamson shows. So hail Pat S. I appreciate my man Pat S. And a low-spec Linux laptop, who I don't know if you guys are actually still here. There's no guarantee, because now it shows me that 0 people are watching. And I to piggyback off even that, man, I gotta admit, I watched. If anyone has a channel, like a YouTube channel, if you go into like your YouTube studio, there's usually a what is it? There's like this thing where YouTube comes up with all these videos that are supposed to help you. And like, to be 1,000% honest, hello, all thinkers here. It's very disheartening when they talk about how the algorithm basically will never help you. And I was looking at that, and I was looking at all the comments, and it was just like, God damn. And I was not just looking at the comments. A lot of those comments are years old, and they all had channels. So I was trying to see where those channels were. Some were still going, some were going strong, some were very popular, some abandoned it. And it's like, God damn it. This fucking algorithm. Can't blame everything on the algorithm. You can blame a lot on it, man. Blame a hell of a lot. So that it's disheartening. And then when I know I'm competing with everyone during these midday shows, but it's incredibly disheartening. And actually, I'm going to D Live. They still think I'm on episode 66 because I haven't changed it. Episode 72. But it's so disheartening. Let's see what people have been saying in the D Live. I haven't checked it. I got an ice cream donated. If we all hate each other, we cannot cut the snake's head off. Now, can we? I guess that was probably from yesterday's episode. I was talking about a little bit of the separation. So I'm just say hey to everyone in the D Live chat. Thank you, anyone who watches this show on any platform or at any time. I really appreciate it, man. I really do. Right, finishing my comment. I can't walk and chew bubblegum. Right. So, like, I know that the thumbnail has Kathleen Kennedy. I have no real desire to talk about Kathleen Kennedy, but again, I have no real desire to talk about all the depressing ills of the world. So this is going to be a lot more laid back, a lot more, a lot less. I guess there's one semi-serious story. I would say pretty serious. The rest are kind of just whatever type stories. And hey, Zach's, I guess Low Spec Linux laptop is still here. And usually, I believe Midnight's Edge, and I know Ripper, he streams midday most of the time. We basically stream at the exact same time most days, a lot of days. Well, I release like 2 or 3 videos a day, though, that are all between 3 and 15 minutes. Like every day, there's like 2 or 3 videos that are between 3 and 15 minutes. And that's not helping. Midnight's Edge is live. Yeah, usually Midnight's Edge and Ripper are the 2 I'm competing with. Sometimes Gary, if he does a nooner, or the real BBC on Tuesdays. So but then sometimes Gary starts late, and then he starts like right after me. So those are the people I compete with. So the reason I went every day was to try to trigger the algorithm to say, okay, there's always something going. And like I said, I'm releasing clips every day. Every now and again, I'll take a break, but I've been releasing clips every day that are 3 to 15 minutes, and most of them don't get 20 views. But you don't get the you don't get the notifications for most of them. And the one thing about going every day around the same time is that it builds a meta thing where you guys are, after a while you say, well, Vigilante Williamson show, it's around one or whatever, I'll check it out to see what's going on. I'll just go to his channel. That way, and the same thing happens with Culture Crime Fighters. The people who like the show just automatically do it regardless of what YouTube is going to do. So that's another advantage. You kind of get people who do want to watch, because not everybody wants to watch all the time either. That's also part of it. But those people just kind of get in the habit, just like I've gotten in the habit of the shows I like. You know what I mean? It just becomes a thing. But I mean, I'm putting out as much content as I can, so I just don't know what to do. I don't know. Yeah, you didn't even know I was doing these videos. I've done you didn't even know because don't get notifications. So you're like, yeah, just do 3 15 minutes videos. I'm like, yeah, I do. That's how bad this platform is. It's you're sub to me and you don't get notifications. Why do we have a sub button? Why do we keep subs if you don't care about them? And that's Kathleen Kennedy. Why did I put her in a thumbnail? I am going to talk about her a little bit, just because it's a funny picture. Honestly, that was she was the main event of this show, because I didn't want to talk about fucking, I didn't want to talk about the education system. I didn't want to talk about, teachers getting lap dances for kids. I didn't want to talk about all that shit. I could talk about this big forehead chick, this big forehead loser for a while. So that's why she's in the thumbnail. And Hell Parrothead. You guys saying hey each other. No, Viral doesn't watch any of it. Sometimes watch Tug when he streams, but it's rare. Yeah, he doesn't stream as much. He used to stream all the time, way back in the day. But I also know he's had health issues. I don't know if that stop. Oh, really? Badass. I didn't know Fusion Media 24/7 Fusion Media. You want to talk about somebody who's suppressed? I can complain all I want. That motherfucker is like the most inexplicably suppressed creator. And I'm about to go grab his link so I can toss it in. Because one, he's almost always only done 3 to 15 minute videos the whole time. He does curse in his videos, but he's not as controversial. He doesn't cover this type of stuff that I cover. He covers more what is it? And I guess Ripper's already done. I'm looking at it. Ripper went early today, which is cool. But he covers only entertainment stuff exclusively. And I mean, yeah, he'll have a slant, but for the most part, it's slantless. It's just news. So he does it, and he doesn't get it similar to him, just completely suppressed. For him to be doing videos pretty much every day, shorter videos, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for why his channel isn't more sub. So please, he's also my partner, I guess not in culture crime fighting, my partner in Primetime Kinging, him and Fat Steven Seagal. So, and we do that show on now Sundays. Please, and this is on his channel. So if you want to see more of me, which I don't know why you would, but I appreciate if you do, please sub to 24/7 Fusion Media. And if you want to see a channel that just keeps you up with entertainment, I would say one of the lighter channels, not as heavy as I am. Please, give my man 24/7 Fusion Media sub. Let's get him over to 600. If you haven't subbed already, I know a lot of people have. I know there are some share subs. Hell, who knew the salt must flow? Well, I guess we all know now. Appreciate you being here, man. Pinhead, you're right. I think the sub button is there so YouTube can categorize us. And yeah, I absolutely think it's there for that reason. Sup, the oppressive Sentient Dildo, buzz. Yeah, Tug does usually do the Yellow Flash show on Saturday. He usually does that, but his own shows, he doesn't do as much. And yeah, thank you, Pat S. Sunday, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, Primetime Kings. So please check it out on 24/7 Fusion Media. And please check out his channel in general because it's a really good channel. And hell yeah, it has been a minute. K2J the Extreme, Shadow Dweller. Appreciate it, man. He has a good channel. Does a lot of gaming streams. Actually, I haven't seen. I don't know if you've been streaming because I haven't seen your notifications. Welcome to YouTube. Learned that from LDG Pixels. As far as the sub button, that's shitty. This fucking communism, fucking oppressive authoritarianism. Jeez, it's like so they can put us in the gulag. That's really the reason, so they can know who to put in the gulag, so they can put us on the FBI list. It's a mess. It's a mess. Boy, but we do have a show. We do have stuff to talk about. Oh, you've been laying low for a little bit. No worries, man. No worries. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right, let's get into some of these stories. So one of the themes of this week in Hell Brightest Day. Appreciate you being here. You capitalized the Vig in Vigilante Williamson. But one of the kind of themes of this week, of the shows this week, especially the She-Hulk episode, right? Which obviously had all these technical issues. So you probably can't hear it. It fucked up some of the clips, but that's neither here nor there. One of the stories or the themes of the week is the question: is there a I don't know, a secondary silent majority? Is there a change of brewing, maybe a little bit more to our favor? Is there, there's She-Hulk who was changed. There is there's a lot of things in the culture. There's I talked about the Kyrie thing. I'm sorry for the stream brain. There's, like I said, She-Hulk in the culture, Kyrie uniting people, even though that's not necessarily getting the credit for that. And the Let's Go Brandon thing, that's a thing. And the song, #1 song on iTunes, and apparently a favorite of one Stone Cold Steve Austin, as he retweeted the video. So my theme is like, is it becoming? Are more people being red pilled? Is there another wave of people being red pilled to what's going on? And what's going to happen with that? What's the future of it? He says, if I'm a YouTuber and I need help, LDG is a good person to go to. He won't charge me. Okay. I just need more subs, but I need the algorithm to work. That's what I need. Because actually, I'm tired and my fucking alarm didn't wake up, or didn't come on, so I just woke up and did the show. So I apologize. For my brain, please blame my head, not my heart. The weight down helps me out a lot. I'm not saying don't need help. Lord knows I do. But it's not specific that I can think, oh man, I would love to go someone for that. Because like I said, the weight down does a lot of stuff for me. So I appreciate the weight down. But I would appreciate anyone. You know what I mean? Thank you for that suggestion. I may take you up on it. I may take him up on it, I should say. But yeah, this is becoming a little bit more mainstream. Dave Chappelle thing. A little bit more mainstream to not be in line with this narrative, with the agenda, hashtag the agenda, hashtag, you know what I mean, the right way of thinking, the right side of history, whatever you want to call it. There are more people willing to rebel in a more public way, as far as whether it's like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin was always a rebel as far as his character, and his character was just kind of him turned up to 10 or 11, as they say. But like I said, it's now a little bit more mainstream to not just be a hardcore leftist, and that has not been the case for a while. That has not been the case for a while. So we'll read a little bit of this. It's really, this is no story. It's somebody tweeting something, so there's no real story. Parrot says LDG has the algorithm almost figured out. Sounds like somebody needs to talk to. But I've seen him. I've come across him. Like I think I've even seen him in Discord and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I will. I'll probably take him up on it. I'll probably take him up on it because yeah, I can't. I've never got a video over 1,000 on this channel. But ironically enough, my TikTok is doing well. So also, you know, what? Follow me on TikTok if you haven't, because yeah, I also big on TikTok. All right, as far as this story, former pro wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin has managed. That was my terrible Jim Ross impression. Has managed to trigger people, which I don't really care about triggering people. I guess Biden supporters or Brandon supporters by retweeting the very popular. I should reemphasize, "Let's Go Brandon" music video to his followers, 5 million followers on Twitter. And I guess they're Bounding is redoing the whole history of the Let's Go Brandon. If you didn't know, because I should probably go ahead through it. It was a NASCAR thing. Let's Go Brandon came widely known early this month when NBC News sports reporter Kelly Stavist interviewed NASCAR racer Brandon Brown while the crowd chanted "Fuck Joe Biden," and then she said that the crowd was chanting "Let's Go Brandon." Sheesh, that. She doesn't even know what she did to pop culture when she did that. Trying to because it was the left. You don't talk about Biden. You don't talk about the Fuhrer. So that's what happened. Well, he's not a Fuhrer. He's more of a puppet. The Fuhrer is behind him. It's not Kamala, by the way. It's the actual people who run it. But by her saying that, by her trying to do damage control, it made it this thing where it's now like a part of the American canon of memes and a part of a thing. And then, yeah, rapper Bryson Gray, political activist Chandler Crump produced a related song titled "Let's Go Brandon," which managed to top the Apple Music charts upon release. The official video was taken down by YouTube. Wow, I didn't know that. God, I hate this fucking world, right? It demons. Said it was medical misinformation. Wow. And then I guess there's another one, which I actually didn't know this, that made it to second and seventh. Another version of "Let's Go Brandon" by Loza Alexander. I actually knew of that one as well. I actually knew of that one first, to be honest, the Loza Alexander one. Austin retweeted a clip originally posted by Turning Point. Oh man, he must be a Trump supporter. He's from Texas and he's a Trump supporter. Even though I think he might be from Austin, Texas, out of all places to be from Texas, which is part of his namesake. It was posted by Turning Point creative officer Benny Johnson. Clipped together some videos of Biden and Kamala Harris and other Democrats. Politicians may appear that they're dancing to the "Let's Go Brandon" tune. I don't know if I'll get claim. I probably won't. So here's a little clip. Oh Jesus! Can't hit play. Fuck! Everything has to be complicated. Hang on here. Let's go Brandon. Hey. Let's go Brandon. Hey. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Hopefully you can hear the sound. Let's go Brandon. You know what they saying, huh? This is funny. I hate Kamala Harris. God, these are annoying people. Okay, that's funny. That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because it's seeing as funny as it is, see him dance to this song. I really hate these motherfuckers. Like Kamala Harris just has one of those. I can't say anything. I can't say what I want to say. The guy's illegal because they're technically the president and shit. All right, but this offended and disgruntled Brandon supporters were triggered by the tweet, and they took their voice to outrage directly to the wrestler. And I don't really care about their tweets. I mean, they're just who cares? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? I mean, I can read these kids. Is there anything? Okay, there's a few supportive, but I like Stone Cold a lot. I don't go to Stone Cold for my political pundits. It's just a tweet. It's fun. And hey, we do have free speech. We are allowed to criticize our shitty ass leadership. That's part of America for now. Quarter Black streamed on Odyssey exclusively last night. I see. You know what? I do need to get back on Odyssey, and not only that, I think Rumble is getting bigger too. If we're talking about alternatives, that's a good point because this platform is so fucking evil. It's just evil. I don't know if I'm just not just my suppression, the suppression of anybody who wants to say something outside the narrative. A lot of people have been suppressed. I'm just finding out and I don't know that well, yeah, I do. If you guys don't even know I'm doing videos, then yeah, I am being suppressed. Noble Iro subscribed again. I appreciate you subscribing again. Not sure if you had unsubbed manually or were manually unsubbed. Either way, bro, appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, the meme is old quick. Having boomers get hold of everything. Yeah, I still like, it's still, I think it's still kind of there. You know what I mean? It's like, just keep calling him Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. It still means what it means. You know what I mean? Like it is already dead a little or a little overdone, but it's still kind of like a thing. I can't really explain it as well. It's where it gets really stupid. Combi 2 banned multiple songs, suspended multiple channels. Combi 2, yeah, it does. Knows what it does with main reviews and bans. Yeah. I didn't know. So they banned multiple songs and suspended multiple channels of this Let's Go Brandon thing, or just in general? Oof, Kamala. Yeah. Joe Brown. You talking about Judge Joe Brown likes Kamala? And is that like real? Because he doesn't seem like the type. And is Rumble getting the censorship itch? They can't blame the AI this time. What's happening with Rumble? Forbidden Ruin. I didn't know that. And thank you for being here. Also, Forbidden Ruin. And thank you, Morgan Holloway. I don't know if I say anything. Blame my head, not my heart. I'm a brain dead motherfucker with no attention span. Hope the House of Holloway is doing good. I know you guys are one of you usually at the factory and listening. So, for now, I wish you guys the best with that situation. We'll actually talk about, will we talk about something similar? I don't know. But we could. There's something similar with actually Ice Cube. He left a movie, and that's also on Bounty. I think that broke right before I started. Yeah, Ice Cube left the comedy over the Koof jab. We can talk about that for a second because again, this is going to be a little bit less, formal. And yeah, as Lex Luger weighed in on the China Taiwan situation, I missed WWE news this morning. Shout out to Lex Luger. I thought, is Lex Luger alive? He's had a lot of health issues himself. And I don't know. I know he's in a wheelchair now. But I get you. The sentiment is like, yeah, does the Undertaker talk about foreign policy today? Like, I'm not getting my political. I'm not even a good source of political news. I do this shit every day. The last thing, I mean, it's funny, but wrestlers, celebrities in general, they're cool to listen to and they're cool to bash at the same time, but they're not to be taken seriously. Yeah, neither am I. Someone I don't care though who said Rumble is turning into censorship too. Like it's not longer what it started out. Like it's no longer what it started out in as terms of free speech. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Because I'm starting to see a lot of people, I guess, use it. Like sometimes I'll go to go to different news outlets, and they'll have their videos in Rumble. In fact, I got a post millennial article up here, and I'm 90% sure when I get to it that it has like a Rumble link to a video. They usually do. So a lot of these stories, the census is the story. What else can I say? I'll read through it. This is him. So this comes from Hollywood Reporter Boris Kitt and Kim Masters. They claim that Ice Cube departed Sony's comedy Oh Hell No, in which he would have co-starred with Jack Black after declining a request to get the jab. Back in June, Deadline reported the film will see Jack Black play a character who falls in love with the mom of Ice Cube's character. That seems gross. Because Ice Cube's mom would have to be in her 70s. And Jack Black is like in his 40s, 50s. The fuck? Who would want to watch this? The film, I guess, he could play a little younger, but he's getting older. I don't know. This is who was in, this was written by Scott Armstrong, Tracy Oliver. I mean, shout out to these people, but not necessarily relevant. They reportedly claim Letitia. Oh yeah, they claim Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri in Marvel's Black Panther films. That's interesting, actually. Letitia Wright is pretty based for an actress, and Black Panther is this leftist, propaganda meme. What are they gonna do with Wakanda Forever? Especially when, like, if you're not bringing back Killmonger, there's no reason to watch this movie outside of Shuri. They can't just fire her if they still want to race bait people into watching their shit. So, like, what are they gonna do? They have to kind of make a decision with her. But yeah, she's anti-jab, and she's had some other stuff that show she believes in the Christ. She believes she's a person who follows Christ, and so that's going to influence a lot of her views. Tatiana Siegel from the Hollywood Reporter, Chris Gardner, and Boris Kitt claimed at the beginning of October a number of performers from, oh man, it's not just her, I guess, from Rob Snyder to Letitia Light, I keep calling her Light, Letitia Wright, has shared anti-jab positions on social media. In Wright's case, the set source says she's espoused similar views about the jab or the gene therapy on the Atlanta production. They all added the British actress quietly parted ways. I do remember this. Yeah. I remember this last year, the end of last year. She parted ways with her representation because she was anti-jab in December. So she responded to these claims on Instagram, where she shared an image of a suit of armor company. Again, like I said, she's a religious person. With a quote from Isaiah 54:17. He said, "Weapons." Is that a different translation? Weapons made to attack you won't be successful. Words spoken against you won't hurt at all. Along with the image, Wright wrote, "God bless you. It saddens me to have to address the reports published by the Hollywood Reporter on October 6th. The report about my conduct on the set of Black Panther. I honestly assert it's completely untrue. Anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows that I work incredibly hard at my craft. My main focus is always to do work that's impactful and inspiring. This will continue to be my main focus." And then this is the Isaiah 54:17 quote. This, and then this goes into, boy, I don't want to keep talking about the Gina thing because I've given my thoughts. Because this article is just about anybody who's opposed to jab. So the Gina thing I've talked about because I don't know that I still don't think her production was stopped because of the jab. I think she just stopped it to do a new movie. But again, this kind of goes along with the theme. There are more and more people being anti-jab. I also saw, I think, Southwest Airlines, and I think that's as a matter of the I think it was the pilots who was struck. But whatever, I think Southwest Airlines, a lot of corporations are pushing back against the mandates because they know they can't staff. They know they won't be able to staff if they enforce them. We're seeing some unions across the country push back. We're starting to see more and more pushback against the jab. More and more formal pushback against the jab. Again, we're starting to see there's something slowly but surely happening. Something slowly but surely is changing. You said that pendulum may swing back. I think we're starting to see the beginning of a swing. And I don't know if conservative, because I don't necessarily keep divide things into conservative and liberal. There are definitely leftists, but I mean, I don't consider myself what you would term conservative. I definitely have some conservative views, but more in the libertarian space, right? But there are more people who are willing to say something against the narrative, rather it is the jab itself, the president it's himself or their self, because again, it's not just the two idiots that we see. If it's against, we see Dave Chappelle saying very basic, simple things about gender, and it's just like, no, I'm not gonna back down. So we're starting to see that. So this is still on brand with that consistent that I don't know if it's a movement, it's just a slowly but surely thing. And hey, so 24/7 Fusion Media is at $5.99. Let me toss the link back in here so we can get him to 600. Worst case scenario, I'll just sub to a alt account. I was at 598 now. It shows, at least for me. It could be a delay, but come on, man, we got to get my man 24/7. We should be in the 600. Worst case scenario, like I said, if everybody here is already subbed, which it could be, I'm just gonna just do like the alt account thing to get my man up to 600. It makes no sense. Let's get him to 600. So yeah, thank you. Shout out to Pat S. And yeah. Let's see. Yes. All right. Since you did, it says new platforms attract users by claiming to be a free speech alternative. As soon as they get big enough, they start censoring. It is what it is. Cube is pretty based. It says, where's Ice Cube now? When he got Joe in office and wanted to help create Black urban programs, anyone remember the program? He wanted programs made and Joe blew him off. Yeah, and he went to. Yeah, trust me, I remember that. That was a huge reason. I voted the way I did because I wasn't going to vote, and the way they treated Ice Cube pissed me off. Yeah, that ironically, Obama telling me to vote. Like, don't let them change your vote. Like, you know what? I will. I'm not going to vote for you, motherfuckers. Like, it was weird voting for the orange man. I'm not an orange man guy, but when I kept hitting R, that felt good, even though it didn't matter. But yeah, Ice Cube. He went to both sides last year during the election. The Biden camp, because they hate Black people, blew him off. So, and I'm hopefully joking about the hate Black people thing, but because they cause a lot of damage to Black people and constantly race bait, I'm not sure I'm joking. But they did blow him off. They did blow him off, and he got a little bit more attention and a little bit more credence from the Orange Man. And in fact, the Orange Man's platinum plan, if you guys remember that, was based a lot of some of the stuff Ice Cube was suggesting. And so yeah, Ice Cube did not get Joe in office. I'm not sure. I think I see what you were trying to say. When he wanted to speak to the White House, he had a chance to talk to Trump, and then Joe blew him off. And now that Joe's there, yeah. Well, Joe's still gonna blow him off. That's the problem. Yeah, they're still blowing him off. I'm sure they are. Morgan Holloway had to resub. Well, thank you for resubbing. Please make sure you're still sub. Please make sure you're still sub. They keep taking every single time I do anything, they take away a sub. I have gotten to 665, between 665 and 655. I keep oscillating between these two numbers. So please make sure you're subbed. And of course, the White House is going to blow them off because, again, they hate Black people. Thumbs up. Cube dropped off a movie whose title is How I Feel About the Jab. Irony for you. Yeah. The title's called Oh Hell No. That's his response to the jab. Joe canceled programs, took billions from Trump's create urban programs, yet Cube is still silent. I don't even know if Cube's silent. I haven't been listening to Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Like, because I would have to really, like, has he made any statements on anything? Because you might find, in a similar vein to how we talk about YouTube and his algorithm, if somebody says something you don't like, it doesn't always get picked up by all the normal people. For you to know, maybe he has had nothing to say, or maybe he has. Maybe he isn't. I don't know. It will get better once you learn the secret handshake. I thought the secret handshake is getting fucked in the ass. Hell, Code Era. Appreciate you being here. Said haven't seen a single statement or article for anyone. Well, this is a casual Friday. We're being casual. Let me look. Let's see what Ice Cube's had to say on anything. Let's see. If I just look at Ice Cube 2021 interview. Geez, the only thing I see is he almost killed somebody. But well, he does have a 2021 interview. See, yeah, he has an interview where he talks about his contract for Black America. He has this podcast interview. I guess he talks about it. This is the beginning of 2021. I didn't hear it. That's what they're purporting. Let me actually just show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is what I mean. I don't know who Ryan Cameron is. Looks like it may be a radio DJ at a 3 p.m. interview. This is February of 2021, February 3rd. And this is just a kind of a synopsis. Talks about the contract with Black America. He talks about what's changed since the election, what he's looking for. So he does have some comments of it earlier in the year, apparently. But that didn't. I don't know what he said in that interview. I didn't let's check it out. So that's what I mean. He may have said something in there that that would have been relevant, but we don't know because it didn't really pick up. And this is another thing. He probably did realize talking with politicians is pointless and being part of the culture war is pointless because there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he could do but get trolled by the media. So, but apparently he did have an interview earlier in the year where he referenced it. But at the same time, with all that 6th stuff, the January 6th stuff that was around that time, he may have felt a little hesitant to go hard in. But I mean, his point was he hates both parties. He just wants audience so he can talk about the issues he wanted to talk about. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I'm not a fan of the conservatives either. That's why I call them conservatives. And when I talk about conservative, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about politicians. Us regular people, we're regular people, but the politicians who's supposed to represent us, who call themselves conservative, they don't really care about shit. They don't really do anything. So I call them conservatives. I'll never, I'm not gonna say I'll never say this guy should be, give a soft endorsement, but I'll never really champion any politician because I don't think of them as useful in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So I'm not, so I have no idea what Ice Cube said in that interview, but I for all he said, something that you would have loved to hear, but you never heard it. So who knows? Who knows? And what's going on? My terrible singing. Hey, Kelly Chow. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, hating both parties is definitely preferable. Definitely. So that's that Ice Cube. Pretty base. We also talked about how if black people don't get on narrative, that's going to be a bigger issue for the media. That black white supremacist shit is going to get them in trouble eventually, and that's going to they're going to keep doing it, and it's going to bite them in the ass eventually. But we'll just let that go, and we'll keep going to stories because again, lighter episode, casual Friday. Yeah, conservative and liber cucks. I don't have a one for liber because conservative kind of is smoother. Liber cucks, liberals. See, I got Republicans and Democrats, but like I don't know what to call like leftists as far as whatever. Politicians' only use is that's how it's been in the past, and I understand why. Such a dildo. So, all right, let's talk about something a little bit lighter. And I'm only passively interested in this. Honestly, I'm talking about a game I probably won't play, but I would play if it was more full-fledged. So I heard the rumors that there was going to be a Super Smash Brothers like game for DC. I heard this a few days ago, actually, before checking this article out. I'm like, huh. And there's something to it. So there's a leaked screenshot that appears to confirm a Warner Brothers crossover fighting. Excuse me. A Warner Brothers crossover fighting game, which I would be all for. And this is talking about some other stuff. So the issue with it is it's apparently a free-to-play game. And these free-to-play, it says cross-console. Now, I mean, I guess Fortnite is an example of a free-to-play game that has some substance, even though I'm not a big Fortnite guy. But I was hoping for a Super Smash Brothers experience with DC characters, and it looks like it's not just DC, it's Warner Brother characters in general, because it looks like Batman, Rick and Morty. They have a character list right here. Got Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Batman, Harley Quinn, Superman, Wonder Woman, Gandalf, Rick and Morty, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, and then it says, and I think there's Shaggy as well. So those are the characters that we have so far. This is a screenshot of the game and then of the character selection. And if you're not doing a cheap free to play mobile game, it would be interesting if you made an actual, Super Smash clone with these characters. I would want to play that. But only 12 fighters. And again, and this is the what's it called? I forgot what that Shaggy is called. It's like something Shaggy. It's to start off as a meme where his eyes were glowing, and then they actually did it in one of their animations, one of their intros, and I forgot the name of that meme. So this is and I guess something got blocked by Warner. Well, you know how block happy they are. But again, unfortunately, it's a free to play game, and free to play usually means we're not going to put effort into it, and we're going to try to sell you a bunch of shit. I really want a game that has really good mechanics and is really worked on, and they care about. And there's a tendency for free to play for that not to be the case. So that's that. Yeah, I would have played a Super Smash clone too. Yeah, microtransaction out the ass. And that's like, man. Did we get him to 600? I think we got him to 600. Thank you all. If you guys got, let me check his channel. Let me check 24/7 Fusion Media. Your boy 24/7 Fusion Media is at 600. He's at 600 subs. Thank you all. Thank you all. I appreciate it. And for evidence sake, it's actually the panel I'm signing into. There he is. 600 subs. We made it. We made it. All righty. Okay, let's get out of there. So yeah, thank you all for getting here. And let me make sure this is free to play. That's what I read yesterday. A lot of times, I start these things, and actually, you guys did not see that because I think. Hold on. Oh no, you did see that. I'm boomering things, but now I'm about to get on the screen so I can check. I could have swore it is free to play. It's right here. Right here. According to the notated video game personality, his sources claim the game will be free to play, feature cross-console play, and voice acting for all characters, as well playable appearances like by Batman and Rick from Rick and Morty, amongst others. Man, I really, really wish this was not free to play, because this would be a real fun game. But I don't want to have to buy all the characters I want and pay for skin. I don't want that. I mean, it's cool that be optional. I really don't want that. I really don't want to get hammered with microtransactions, which is what this probably will be. Put myself out of the auto withdrawal system of taxes in December, not paying a damn thing until I get proper representation. How do you do that? I call Democrats Democrats because everything because we see everything they're pretending to be, and they can't. That's their thing. The KKK is a Democrat thing, and we see why, man. The Dixiecrat. I mean, shit. Brandon in office. He's a shithead. He's the real. I'm not going to defend Trump. I know a lot of people think, I don't know that he is or isn't racist as far as Orange Man. I how I am. I think he's a puppet. But there's no doubt that Brandon is, or Biden is. And I'm just calling him Brandon. But there's no doubt that Biden is, man. So, we can argue whatever about Orange Man, but Biden is like completely confirmed. Completely. So let's see. You probably have to marry Batman and Superman to unlock gay Superman. Gay Superman will probably be in it. Let's see. Low spec Linux laptop says Zero AD and Super Tux Kart are good, fun, open source free games. I never heard of either game, and I will check them both out. There's open source stuff that's free. That's cool. There's free open source stuff, but it's not the same as if when a company does it. They don't do free stuff for nothing, basically. Gay Superman is a bit redundant. Hey, you take that back. Regular Superman is not gay. Gay Superman gets Smash Bros. A whole different meeting. Hell, Glenzer. Yeah, that was noise. And hell, V-Star. Hey, V-Star. There are things that hate VW. I appreciate being there. So yeah, I would really wish this game. I wish this game was happening. I mean, it is happening, but I wish this was a real game, not a free to play microtransaction ripoff fest. Because that's what it's gonna be, unfortunately. Unfortunately, but one can dream, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see when it drops. We'll see how the gameplay and how the gamers dig it. You dig it, and then we'll see if this is worthwhile. So, all right, this is the one heavy story that we have, a heavier story that we have on this episode. And actually, Low Spec says there's a round of OAD multiplayer on this channel from last night. So please sub to Low Spec Linux Laptop. You guys have already got my man 24/7 Fusion Media over 600, and I thank you, Padass, for keeping me aware of where his sub count was. So now we got him over 600. Thank you all for that. So please sub to my man Low Spec Linux Laptop. You check out his OAD multiplayer stream. I may check that out when I go into to work after the stream. All right, the one heavy article of this episode. Like I said, it's a casual Friday. I wanted to keep these light, but I do want to talk about this. It's actually one of the first episodes I've been on bounding mostly because I've been trying to not just be dependent on them. You all remember Cuties, right? We've talked about it in one way, shape, form, or fashion. Hell, last week when everyone was championing Netflix, I said, hey, never forget what they did. So Netflix never took Cuties down. That was a source of controversy. And if you guys remember, we've been talking about platform censorship. You were not allowed last year to say Cuties because you would be censored and you would be suppressed. And now we find out why. So Netflix suppressed Cuties from search result following the backlash that ensued. New report has found that in face of the overwhelming backlash from the streaming giant received over the distribution of Cuties, Netflix went to great lengths to hide the film from the search result and recommendation list in hopes of changing the narrative around the controversial P3DO film. As detailed by The Verge, who obtained and reviewed a number of internal Netflix documents related to the company's handling of the situation, they scrambled to minimize public backlash by suppressing the film in search results prior to its release. You know what you could have done? You could have taken the film down and not released it. That's what you could have done. Because even if you tell me you contractually did it, you could have just, I'm sure there's a fee you could have paid to just make sure you didn't release it. If you wanted to do the right thing, you're a $1 billion company. Fuck that. It removed Cuties from the coming soon and popular searches categories and excluded queries for cute. So if you search cute in Netflix, this is their platform, by the way. This is not everyone else's. Even though I think this goes into that a little bit as well. But if you would have searched cute on Netflix's platform, it would not have come up. This is what this is saying. This is per The Verge reporter Zoe Schiffer. Then it adjusted the algorithm so searches for the film would not surface steamy titles or kids movie. So it would not get. What type of film can be in either category? By the way, the fuck. So it wouldn't show up in the category, and it damn well better not show in the category of kids movies. The fuck. The giant also took steps to ensure the film wouldn't surface in response to such terms such as P3DO, as I like to call it. Due to how closely intertwined the user search terms and watch content are influencing Netflix's algorithm, there's a high possibility of machine association could happen. So, according to internal documents, the goal of the suppression was to minimize press coverage related to the poster and avoid looking like we removed the film page from the service. Or moving release date. So they wanted to basically have their cake and eat it too. They didn't want people to talk about it, but they still wanted it on their platform, which doesn't make sense to me. What are you saying? What are you saying about this film? If you don't want people to you're suppressing it on your own platform to avoid backlash, but you don't want to get rid of the film because you don't want to be seen as moving to the backlash. You don't want to be seen as protecting children. Fuck me. These guys are demons. Let me she say. He says, the incident demonstrated while we see ourselves as just a conduit for content, contrast our members see us as the source, author, and presenter. Well, yeah, it's a Netflix show. You put your brand on it. It's like anyone who's ever worked retail. They tell you, hey, you're the store. If you work at Best Buy and you're walking around in your shirt to that customer, you're Best Buy. So that's it's P3DO's C3PO's per vehicle. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to. I can't because these screenshots piss me off. So that's that. Netflix is evil. I know this is news to no one. At least no one here. I can't just say no one. And oh, you went for coffee when I read your comment. I'm sorry. Which comment was it? I'll reread it. Oh, it was the Democrats one? The Democrats? Because we see everything they're pretending to be. Or the all withdrawal one, which I really want to know how you did, or what the legality of that is. Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy your coffee. But as far as that, yeah, Keely Chow says Cuties my favorite movie. R. Kelly. The narrative is fucked. Raging Rhino. I agree with him on that. Shout out to Raging Rhino, which I don't think I've ever talked to at all. But yeah, that's complete bullshit. That's just if you know, like, this is like knowing something is wrong, but not wanting to admit it, sort of thing. Like they didn't want to be seen as bending the knee to people who are concerned about children. Like, this is disgusting. Netflix, you're a shithead company. I still have not watched Squid Game. I haven't watched Netflix since then. I don't pay for Netflix, but I have access to it through family members. So I can watch Netflix whatever I want without paying for it. I still have not. I talked about not really wanting to, like, I actually talked about this on the Primetime Kings, which is why you should watch the Primetime Kings. I haven't really watched a lot of DC stuff because I'm just not in the mood. Same with Netflix. I don't have the desire to go to that platform and watch stuff. The Cuties thing really did fuck me up. Like, I can't. I don't know if I could ever really use the platform. Maybe I can, but just in the foreseeable future, I don't see myself using that platform. Went to payroll, demanded they put me out of federal withdrawal, signed some paperwork and made it happen. It's like we apply a job and get tax forms, which I did. I don't fill them out. I had to make sure we both sign personal responsibility forms so they don't get hit for it. It's all on me. Oof, pretty risky. Haven't watched Tiger King, Squid Game, or much anything that was being hyped. Tiger King was a little bit before the Cuties thing. Will someone please think of the children? Well, yeah. Stop. Yes. Out of all the times that could be a meme, that could be a meme. Cinch a dildo. Yeah, we do need to think of the children because we had. No, I didn't. I never watched Cuties. I was not going to watch it. I saw descriptions of it. Some people said the descriptions I read were fake or are not accurate. The Injustice movie was good. I haven't seen the Injustice movie. I haven't seen A Long Halloween. There's been a lot of DC movies I've just not watched. Saw a commercial for Tiger King 2. Huh. I didn't know they were doing that. And 13. I think I may have remembered that movie. Now I'm about to look that up. 13. No, I never. I wasn't gonna watch Cuties, man. That's not. Oh shit! What is this? Man, I do vaguely remember this shit, but they weren't actually 13 though. But what was I gonna say? No, I never saw Cuties. I was not gonna watch that. Since Dildo didn't see it either. So, like, because it was such a disturbing story. I almost don't want to relive it. That's why I do Casual Friday so I can decompress from some of this shit. But it was such a shitty thing to do. These people are really demons. The fact, and I brought this up last week. They keep talking about, oh, it was 600 girls in the casting couch. Well, not actually couch, but in the casting, it was way more than that. It was only 600 for that one character. It was probably at least 1,000 girls in the casting of that movie, which is insane. And all they did is make them twerk. It's insane, and it's actually evil, right? If you would have done what Netflix did with Cuties, you would be in jail for the rest of your life, rightfully so. And this major corporation was able to release something that's basically kitty prawn and get away with it and just be forgotten. It's fucked up. So you just checked it out. He logged into Netflix, typed in cute, and hit enter, and Dave Chappelle's the closers list. That's weird. Maybe they're trying to appease conservatives. I don't know what that is, but yeah, that's it's fucked. I haven't seen that either. The closer. I haven't really seen that. I've seen clips, but I haven't checked that out either. I know it's been the most controversial thing the past couple of weeks, but I haven't checked it out. Really fucked up stuff. I don't know if they asked him to twerk for the role, but I mean, if you have a character where that's a huge feature, no one knows what they did in those casting rooms. No one knows. No, there's no reports. We don't know what they did. So who knows? I think I did misspeak a second ago. I did think I did say that. I meant to say in the movie that's what all they did, but I apologize for that. But no one knows what they did in the casting couch or in the casting process. No one knows. We just know at least 600 girls, or 650, I think it was the number, were involved in the casting of the one character, and we have no idea how many girls in total were involved with the casting of all the characters, or what the what the trials were like. Yeah, the casting people know what they did. And I heard this rumor as well that they know what they did and they recorded it. So you could take with that what you will. I think they're very evil and they've been enabled, and we keep seeing a trend of people with that certain proclivity being enabled, and we could foresee on the horizon a day where they become a protected class because this world is so wicked. So that's just an unfortunate thing, and I don't know what the answer is to stop that. I know a lot of people may suggest stuff in the chat, but I'm talking about the for the individuals, so a certain lead pill that may help these people with their affliction, so to speak. But as far as the normalization, the corporatization of this thing, this P3DO bullshit, this map bullshit, I have no answers for it. It really pisses me off. Is Twilight listed under cute? You think loudmouth feminists would demand casting cameras? Well, loudmouth feminists only want attention for themselves. If you remember the Me Too stuff, a lot of Corey Haim and a lot of the stuff with what's the guy? Kevin Spacey, and the stuff that it impacted young kids and young men, they didn't care about that. They didn't care about the kids that were being abused. They only cared about themselves. And Cutthroat City, our rated movie, is listed. So we see, and what does it say? Twilight's so cute. Jaws is listed. Okay, so cute will get you Jaws before it gets you Cuties on Netflix. Very strange. If you know something's wrong, don't do it, Netflix. Goddamn demons. All right. Buffy rocks. Twilight sucks. Captain Marvel also sucks. There you go. All right, time for the title or the main event story. And I don't know how long I'm gonna cover this because again, casual Friday. Besides the last story we just covered, I want to keep it light. That's kind of like I said, it's the only heavy story. Very depressing. So here's this big forehead bitch, Kathleen Kennedy. Do I really want to talk about Kathleen Kennedy? No, I don't. I don't really give a fuck about Kathleen Kennedy. I don't really give a fuck about this interview. So why am I covering it? So I don't cover the shit like what I just covered. So I don't keep covering heavy, depressing. I don't want to black pill everybody every goddamn day. I don't want to keep black pilling myself. This, because we've all decided what we think about the Star Wars now and going forward. I don't think I'm watching The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett. I think people are going to tell me how good that is. I think I'm done completely with Disney and Star Wars. But I know, future stuff, maybe. Your face looks like a ceramic mask. I know such a dildo. I know. Kathleen, how like this, we've platformed this bitch so hard. Do you remember not knowing that Kathleen Kennedy existed? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, I ain't watching any of that shit. Me neither. I've already made up my mind on this four-headed bitch. Uh it's all she does is she says that we didn't make movies for critics. And so that's where the title of this podcast comes. Who were these movies for? And I have the answer. I'm gonna keep it on this four-headed bitch. These movies were for this big four-headed bitch herself. This whore. And he was enabled by cucks like Chapek and what's the other cuck? The other Bob cuck. Fucking Iger. To spend billions of dollars for a vanity pick, for turning the series of Star Wars, a series that a lot of us loved. It's probably still loved. A lot of us still love it, but maybe have different feelings. I don't love the future, but I still love the original trilogy, the only trilogy. Hashtag only trilogy. But she used that franchise as a personal vanity pick for a vanity flick for herself, or a vanity series for herself. That's who the movies were for. They weren't even for blue-haired land whales, believe it or not. They weren't even for the woke idiots that would champion it when it really got going. Maybe it was a little bit for the shippers. Maybe it was a little bit for the Twilight crowd. But for the most part, these movies were made for her. It's almost like we had a wrestling reference earlier. It's almost like a Vince McMahon thing where he books the show for himself. He doesn't book it for anyone else. That's what happened with these movies. And we know that. And if we don't know, now you know. That's why Ray is her. Ray is her insert. Hell, just like Luke is George Lucas. This is his self-insert, to be fair. But even Kanye West pointed that out on Rogan. But Kathleen Kennedy, she's perfect in every way, so she made Ray. She made an infallible, indestructible, omnipotent character that's completely perfect in any way, steals people's last names, has no flaws. So that's what she does. That's why she made it, so she could giggle like a porcelain-headed seal and make something that nobody wanted to watch. You know what? You know what the problem is? And thank you everybody for joining. Shout out to the Islington girl. I fucking talk about this big-headed chick, and this is such a dildo. I know. This is the problem with every media organization that ever existed. I complain about the ratings of my own show, right? I complain, man, the viewership's down. YouTube is suppressing me. I talk about this big four-headed bitch, and so far, there's like 15 people watching. I think that's the max for the past few weeks of me doing this show daily. So people care about this big four-headed bitch. She draws. So what do? I want to go back to the days where I watched Congo and never knew who she was, even though she's in the credits. She's in the credits of a lot of stuff, and yeah, she does have a big forehead. What's up, rough girl? I appreciate you being here. She's so fucking lame. Now she has to bring all this Darth Vader stuff because she ruined Star Wars, but no one cares. Now, oh yeah, she's gonna bring Darth Vader into Obi-Wan, which I don't like. That's the one thing of the new Star Wars that I may check out, but I haven't checked out the Bad Batch. I found out my granddad watches it, so that made me kind of interested in it. But I haven't checked out the Bad Batch. I haven't checked out anything Star Wars for a while, and I don't think I will. But the one thing I do think about is the Obi-Wan. I may check that out. But the Book of Boba Fett, I'm not checking out. Same with the Mandalorian. Sequel trilogy was not made for us passionate Star Wars fans who had no problems with the prequel trilogy, even though they weren't perfect. I wouldn't say no problems, but less problems than I like the third one. I like the third prequel. I like the first and the third prequel. The second one was Attack of the Clones. Not the biggest fan of. Is this her? If you don't like my politics, don't buy my stuff moment. Well, saying that she didn't make the movie for critics is not quite as harsh because I kind of like the big forehead picture. She looks goofier here. Because critics, one irony is that critics are bought and paid for by Disney and have been for forever. So it's like critics loved it. It kind of is, but she's veiling it enough. Because how can you say we didn't make the movie for critics when critics loved The Last Jedi? They love The Last Jedi. They called us bigots for not loving The Last Jedi. So critics weren't the issue. It was unless she means by critics, and I'm not watching this interview because actually this comes off a interview. I will read through some of the article. And I've read through some of it previously. Even talked about The Color Purple because she was a producer on that. So shout out to feminism hating black men. I've never seen The Color Purple. I've never fucking will. But she could mean critics us. She does mean us. But I don't know if the context in the interview led to that being obvious. But I do think she means us when she says critics. But she's not saying fans. She didn't say we'd make the movie for fans, so it's not quite the same thing. Because when a movie producer says critics, the implication is film critics, official film critics, and you can have an issue with them, even though they love the movie. So it's not quite there. Your hairline moves when you get a literal facelift and don't remove the extra skin. It becomes an alien forehead. Yeah, actually, looking at these pictures, it looks like she has more forehead than she did now. Still a lot of forehead, like 5 or 6 head. Male pattern baldness. Oh. And isn't the girl sips for Darth Vader? So you sip for villains. We have a trend. We have a trend. Because she's a Skeletor fan. Sup, Islington girl? Sup, Ruff? The female contingent have joined. How you doing? You got heart eyes from Forbidden Ruin. Yeah. I love when you guys are in a room together too. You you change the 0 for the female demographic in the analytics. That's a 5 head for sure. That's like a 6 head, man. If that bitch crash lands on the island, you could polish that forehead to signal passing ships. It plays. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Leave the 8 heads alone. I have one too. Okay, I will leave 8 heads alone. I got an 8 head myself. Congo cocaine. Whoa. What's up, Killy Child? Killy Child's not a girl. Is Killy Child a girl? I've heard that. Because I don't know if you are or aren't. Not watching any more of it. Nothing new. OT and prequels are earlier. I could have swore somebody made that mistake and you corrected. I'm not sure. And Rogue One. Rogue One was fine. I like Rogue One. That's fine. I haven't seen it since, but I liked it when I saw it. Haven't seen the prequels more than once, not since episode 7. Left me lost and confused. Understand that. How is she able to sit there and laugh? Seems evil. Well, she is evil. Can't stop staring at the forehead. Is there wherever I look. Talking about fans. She is talking about fans as critics, but I don't know if she referred to it in context as such. So if she didn't, then it isn't. You know what I mean? Because even if she is talking about it, she can, I meant film critic. Fans. Let's actually read what we said. I've been rambling enough, and then I'll get into the rest of what you guys are talking about. And yeah, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of Hollywood look crazy face, all the adrenochrome and Molech worship. All right, Kennedy did an issue with Tia A. Smith, producer or whatever, executive of the Talent Soul Productions, and it was uploaded to the Producer Guild of America YouTube channel. After a discussion, it talked about The Color Purple. I know this is controversial. I've never seen The Color Purple because it's not too kind to black men. Good to know Kathleen Kennedy had some involvement with that. Nothing like feminism teaming up, on black men. But let's actually get to our Star Wars stuff. Deesh. Sorry, skimming through. Hold on a second. I want to see the actual quote because I'm like, what? It's a lot of. She has a lot of nonsense to say. So let me just get to the actual quote. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see the actual quote because I want to get it in context. And bonding is not helping. Okay. So she is. You know what? Maybe this is her moment. So here's the reference. This is a part of her answer around the 21-minute mark. Kennedy addressed she's talking about The Color Purple. And then she pivoted to talk about generalities and criticism. She said there's always going to be people when you make something that's controversial or flat out not gonna like what you're doing, and we didn't make the movie for them. Ultimately, if their response is to cut it off and not even try, and so often you see it today, criticism like that comes before people have even seen anything. They haven't experienced it. They just might have heard, or they're jumping on the bandwagon, something they think they believe. I don't know what you do about that ultimately. Man, this bitch is so arrogant, bro. so she's almost implying that all of us, I'm not just saying this to us, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be extremely extreme, but she's implying that critics are bandwagon critics. Basically, people are criticizing the shit without seeing it. You know what? She may have a point. I didn't see the Ass Jedi or the Fallen Sword Walker. Now I saw enough criticism to know that they're shit. And I saw the Mahler breakdown of both films, and he's pretty in depth on every event, and it sounds like a fucking shit show. But you know what? As much as I want to talk shit about the five-head demon, I am somebody who never saw it. I did see the first one, The Force Awakens, so I can criticize that, I guess, fairly. But she talks about the whole bandwagon thing. But in her head, though, in her big ass head, there's not, the criticism isn't valid. It's just people on the bandwagon. So, yeah. Let's now that we got that quote, the actual in context quote, let's see what you guys were talking about. So, yeah, so facelift supposed to last 10 to 15 years. How old is this? She's close to 70. She simps for bad boys. It is known. The world now knows, Islington girl. The world now knows. We turned a chat out last week with the weight down. Shout out to the weight down. I thought you were a guy. I'm sorry. Well, that was actually rough, girl. Hell Basco scenario. Appreciate you being here. Hell Fizz Chozo. He's back. Guess who's back again? Chozo's back. Tell a friend. Netflix. Oh, boy. Make a show called Cunty starring Kathleen Kennedy. Maybe. Hell to the chat. Hope you're doing well on this glorious Friday. It's a casual Friday. We're trying to cover light topics. We're covering this big forehead woman, Kathleen Kennedy, and her talking about critics. There's no way I will ever watch The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker again. Yeah, I'm similar. Salute to Basco. Yeah, not Tabasco. Salute to the Basco scenario. Color purple can be used as a weapon against the wokies who all want to call us racists and race traitors and the sorts. Man, I've never been a fan of the color purple. I've seen enough clips of it and enough of like my mom watching it when I was younger and parts of it. I don't want to see this shit. It was just black men are terrible. If black men are horrible, let's pour hot. Was it hot grits or something on them? Just fuck the color purple. She's definitely talking about. Yeah, she's definitely talking about the fans. Never seen the color purple. Never heard anything bad about it. Like I heard the movie's good. A lot of people love the movie, but it does not. Yeah, it was an 80s movie. The 80s movie, and it just does not. It's a black feminism. It's a black feminism movie. That's what it's for. It's to encourage black feminism. And she does sip for bad boys. Did not finish Star Wars because check notes, check page 2. Here it is. It wasn't made for me. I like that. Forbidden Void. It's all right. I'm glad it's all right. Saw the first 2 sequel trilogies. Did not see The Rise of Skywalker. I see Fizz Cholo. Sit for some good boys too. That's what they all say. They never do. KK's looking like Freddy Krueger after a ton of Botox. Yeah, Botox is not good for your soul, man. These motherfuckers think Botox solves all their problems. It usually causes more problems. Oh, sorry, Stream Elements. I meant to show Halloween Eve. Actually, Halloween Eve, because the 29th. Fizz Chozo has seen The Color Purple. Yeah, Jessica Jones was made. Yeah, it was made to address the non-existent grape culture, which doesn't exist. See, can't think of any right now. Is it funny how that works? This is I see. For me, Star Wars is like Biden's brain is dead. Yeah, Star Wars is dead to me. She's clearly talking about critics. She's clearly talking about us as far as bandwagonism. She's talking about the fandom menace, bro. Like, I'll reread the quote. You guys talk me off the list. Tell me I'm lying. She says there's always going to be people when you make something somewhat controversial that a flat not going to like what you're doing, and we didn't make the movie for them. Ultimately, if that's their response, just cut it off and not even try it. And so often, especially you see it today, criticism like that comes before people have even seen something, they haven't experienced it, they think they might have heard, or they're jumping on the bandwagon. Something they think they might believe. I don't know what you do about that. Do you think I'm crazy to think that quote may be about this specific group, or what? But even Gambit has an edge to him. He's a good guy, but he has an edge. So I don't know, his little girl. I don't know. And yes, Botox is created from botulism toxin. It's the word, and it can indeed be fatal. And people pump it in their face all the time. I know it does have some health benefits for people with migraines, but yeah. You want to start your birthday celebration of Halloween? Stop on Black Friday. It's the 16th. November 16th? Hello to Glizzer. Yeah, he is kind of a bad boy within a good group. Yes, Purple Rain is the best color purple of the 80s. Purple Rain is great. I've been listening to some Prince too. I've been listening to some unreleased Prince. It sucks that he passed, but it is cool to hear stuff from that famed vault. If you've been a Prince fan for a long time, which I have been, the rumors of the vault of music have been like the legend. And to hear some of that stuff is really good stuff. It sucks that he had to pass for us to hear it. Scorpio, woo. Purple is the best color change on mine. I actually do like purple as a color, just not the movie, the color purple. And only good boy, since your dildo sips for is this doggo. Shout out to the dog. Shout out to Zeus, which is also my dog's name. Hopefully he doesn't come to the door that I just said that. Since your dildo's birthday is on the 2nd, a month after mine. Because my birthday was October 2nd, as I mentioned. And so the 2nd is happy early birthday, since your dildo. Happy early birthday, rough girl. I'm assuming you mean November 2nd. So Tuesday, Cinch and Dildo's birthday. I almost feel like I should do a birthday episode for Cinch and Dildo. Yep, after Veterans Day and before Thanksgiving, so I can party all month long. Well, yeah, you are a veteran, aren't you? Traumatized because Purple Rain was my first family movie I went to with my parents. That was not a movie for kids. Cat is also a boy, sent for him too. 34 for his Chozo. Old as shit. Yep, Tuesday. Happy birthday, Cinch and Dildo. Happy birthday. All right, we're getting towards the end. I just realized I don't have a meme of the day. What am I doing with my life? I always forget stuff. Before we get into this funny article, I will look. I have a meme of the day thing, a clip or a playlist on YouTube, and there's memes that I have not used. So I will look for one of those to toss as the meme of the day real quick, and then we will get into the wrapping up of the show. Let's see. Which one have I not used? Hold on. Hopefully we got to. I could use this one. This is funny. I am going to use this. It popped me that much. I'm using it. Let's see if I can copy and paste it over here. Because I don't know if it's gonna. We got to say. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. This is I got a meme of the day before we get out of here and a positive story. So let's rush through this last story because we are getting to our cutoff period, and then we'll play a maybe controversial meme of the day that maybe some of you guys remember if you watched MTV back in the day. Don't close yet. I won't close. I'm not closing yet. Stream Elements. Oh, did somebody send? Oh yeah, Brightest Day just sent a tip. I'm like, did somebody send a tip? Brightest Day did. Hell, Brightest Day. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Feel free to tip. Just a tip. It's always appreciated. It shows I have not really been checking the Stream Elements because I haven't really got as many tips as before, which no No big deal. Shout out to Ogre Squash. It's been a while since I've seen him, so I hope he's good. It says because we're all basically street performers and street performers need to be tipped. Well, thank you, Brightest Day. I appreciate you tossing a couple dollars in my guitar case as I busk on YouTube. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm thinking about getting a guitar, by the way. Let's see. College, well, you actually pronounce the or spelled the colon. Kaepernick's program does not have the thumbs down, so when Netflix promotes it, you can't stop from seeing it. Isn't that funny how that works? All right, let's get into some quick. This is a quick story we'll cover. I don't know what Oxfam is, but it pulls an inspirational women bingo game after complaints that it didn't respect all genders. Isn't that these bigots? The future of feminism is gonna be fucking hilarious. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. Oh my god! Because now they can't celebrate women anymore without adding trans individuals. So they're going to be. Oh man! You know what? I gotta play the drop. What do you get when you keep trying to virtue signal so much that you now get forced into your virtue signals? What do you get when you virtue signal so hard that your virtue signals now become offensive?
You get what you fucking deserve.
Oh my god, feminism is dead because the LGBTQ community will be its death blow. Turns out a bingo game featuring high achieving notable women throughout history was offensive to trans advocates and will no longer be sold. The game was sold in bookshops run by Oxfam, a global organization that works to end poverty. Featured scientist Marie Curie, civil activist Rosa Parks. J.K. Rowling. Oh, Chaman. I do not know who this person is, and I'm apologize to that. No, it says Rosa Parks. No love for Claudette Colvin. No love for her. Okay, we'll see how it is. And look up Claudette Colvin if you don't know who she is. She's the one who actually sat down. When asked about the removal of the game celebrating female achievement or due to the considerations that it was not in line with Oxfam's values, Oxfam replied with the controversial of the removal and explained the reasons why. We took the decision to remove the game from sale following concerns raised by trans and non-binary colleagues who told us it didn't live up to our commitment to respect people of all genders. Oxfam is one of the largest secondhand bookshops in Europe, has 750 shops in the UK alone. So I don't know if this is it's a secondhand bookshop, but it's kind of a franchise. I'm not sure if it's a Salvation Army, Goodwill situation or its own sort of thing. The Wonder Woman bingo game was removed from the shops, and as we said, after they don't respect all genders. Okay, this is just now looping, but it's just funny. You can't celebrate women anymore unless you respect all genders. They even got that one girl that they pushed after she got shot like a decade ago. I forgot her name. They pushed the shit out of her as far as the media did. But you can't celebrate women anymore. That's being a bigot. That's being a bigot. Feminism did it to themselves. Oh man. Oh, you did spell his name wrong on purpose to call him Colin Kaepernick. I see. They just stop. They busted that big Colombian narco. Maybe Ogre Squash got caught in the same net. Stop that, Sencha Ditto. He's not a drug trafficker. Wait, and then she just laughs. Get wrecked, or he laughs. Like, get wrecked. Finish feminism. LGB is already war at T with the LGB is already at war with T in the UK, and it's hilarious as indeed is. Both feminism and liberalism are dead. Yeah, because they have to eat each other. They have to eat each other. Now, feminism has to be eaten by unless they be called trans phobic. They have to be they have to celebrate trans individuals, meaning actual. I'm not saying actual females assigned at birth. I want to be don't want to be a bigot. Will have to be de-emphasized in order to celebrate the stunning and brave trans women. So they have no choice, lest they don't want to be turfs. They don't want to be those bigoted turfs. Old school liberals and feminists who are no longer with us are rolling in their grave. Like second wave feminists, yeah, those are not genders. Yeah, they're on a warpath now. Can't get Dave or any other business. Can't get Dave. Any other business will do. Yeah, yeah. And those are UK wokies in specific. So that's that. Old school libs are considered far right. Classical liberalism is far alt right now. I respect all genders, both of them. He's a big butthole like a colon. I refuse to bomb. If I have to refer to someone, I call it a thing. I'll call them by their name. That's the simplest way to handle it. Colon and colon Kaepernick. And then no one likes the T. It's the T activism is really getting people. All right. Time for a maybe offensive meme of the day. It was in the thing. I don't know if you guys. I do remember this from MTV2 back in the day. This is something you could not have today. You guys probably can't see the caption. It says "Rossicist people be like." This is terrible. This does not age well. YouTube, please do not strike me. This is MTV2. This is Viacom's. This is their thoughts on the people of the world. There we go. You can't hear anything. You can't hear a damn thing. Okay. You can't hear a damn thing. Actually, you know what this is? This is what modern liberalism actually is. This is modern liberalism in a nutshell. Thanks to MTV2 from like 20 years ago. All right, here we go.
We've got to celebrate our differences. We got to celebrate our differences.
Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo.
We got to celebrate our differences.
Nacho taco, chimichanga.
Cause it's beautiful when the whole world sings together as one.
So, liberals, right? Okay, we're not watching this because we don't want to. Even though I do watch that sort of stuff. I don't want to get any more trouble. Liberals, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, damn. Says say your name. Call by the name you thought about Destiny's Child. Say my name. Say my name. Yeah, wow. I'm sorry. That's horrible, right? Fucking horrible. Just hit the delete button on your channel. It was funny though, because it was so obvious. That's don't blame me, blame MTV2. Blame MTV2. It's beautiful, right? It was a beautiful piece of art. We gotta celebrate our differences. The cringe award of the century. That was a thing from MTV2 from a while ago. And when I saw it, just put me in mind of like, this is what I think of liberals, like when they're trying to celebrate our differences, but they're actually incredibly racist. So yeah, if that were today, not only would it still be funny, people would rampage. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they would. It says check my Twitter. I'm gonna have to do it after the stream because I gotta get out of here. So I appreciate whatever you sent, Parrothead. I always appreciate the stuff you send. You usually send funny stuff. I am still in a lot of group chats you are in, even when I don't participate. So I see a lot of funny stuff you send, even if I'm silent. All right. This is just very simple, positive story. Technically, it's 10 or 11 years old because they planted these trees a while ago. But Oregon, of all places, because we know how terrible Portland can be. There's a hillside along Oregon's Highway 18 that greets passerbys with a giant smiley face formed by trees. This is not really a positive story, it's just a goofy, fun story to end the show, end the week on. These trees were planted by Hampton Lumber in 2011, and it consists of Douglas fir and larch trees. And so there you go. You drive by, you see the smile face. Larch trees are conifer with needles that yellow and drop in autumn. Douglas fir make up the eyes and mouth. So, these as it becomes fall, these trees do this every year. It's about 300 foot wide in diameter and will return every fall for the next 30 to 50 years until the trees are harvested for lumber. Oh, man. So, simple, fun, cool little thing. Even Oregon can do something cool every once in a while. I want to thank everybody for watching this show. It's been a fun show. Like I said, fun, casual Friday. Time to hit the music. Quite a few people ended up showing up. So you do remember this video from 5 years ago? Don't know where it came from. This research fall. Okay. So shout out to Forbidden Ruin. He had a lot to say. So did Stitch and Dildo, Parrothead, and the person he's talking about, Rough Girl, also had a lot to say. Cold Era, appreciate you being here. Glenzer, appreciate you being here as well. Appreciate the Stream Elements bot, even if Stitch and Dildo will also appreciate. Doesn't. Thank you for being here as well. Where's Isn't Girl? You were here. Keely Child was here. Thank you, Keely Child. Low Spec Linus Laptop was also here, which I don't see. Brightest Day, thank you. The Basco scenario came late, but I appreciate you showing up. Please watch the playback if you got time. If you don't, no worries. And thank you, Brightest Day, again for the $2 tip. It's much appreciated. Let's see who else. There's Islington Girl, and there's my man Fizz Chozo. Thank you, Fizz Chozo. Happy early birthday to Stitch and Dildo, because Tuesday's his birthday. It's technically a month after mine. How about that? Is there anyone else? I feel like I'm leaving out. Oh yeah, Noble Iro was here, and R Thinker. So we're both faces of Foley in that case. I'm trying to scroll up. If I forgot you, please blame my head, not my heart. Mark D with a C. Thank you for being here, lurking and working. Morgan Holloway, I think, also showed up. Shout out to the House of Holloway. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. Everyone have a safe Halloween, and everyone have a good weekend. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you all later. Peace.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate up here.